Hello friends, today I'm viewing Honda CR-V versus Nissan X-Trail, and I'm going to tell you in a short video what I think about these cars, what maybe you should pay attention to if you buy them used. This is a 2014 Honda CR-V, 2018 Nissan X-Trail. They are both in the same price range, so you may consider buying them as your option for a used SUV, and both are great, but let's look at the differences. So this is how the interior looks like in a Honda CR-V. I like it much more than in the Nissan. It looks, I would say, more expensive, even though it's 4 years older than the Nissan, but it's good. It's really good. It has a lot of functions, but I would also say that Nissan, for the same money, will have more functions, more up-to-date functions, because in 2017 it had a facelift and a lot of new electronics, a lot of new functions were added. So now you see the Honda CR-V, and let me show you how the Nissan looks like inside. So this is the Nissan Rogue inside. You can see it's a little bit different. I actually like it. I like the design. It's very comfortable. I feel a little bit more cramped here, but maybe you will even like it because you have everything in the reach of your hand. Everything looks pretty much cool. Let's show what it looks like with the light. Okay. So in terms of design, I'm not sure what would I choose, but the CR-V I personally like more. Maybe it's because of the plastic quality, because in the video you may not see this, but if you're sitting in this car, you notice that the plastic quality is much better in the CR-V. But overall, it doesn't look that bad. Here we are under the hood of the Honda CR-V, and this is a Honda CR-V with a 2.4 liter engine. This is probably the best engine of its kind. I would say this is the most durable four-cylinder engine I've ever seen. It can last at least 200,000, 250,000 miles. It can last much more than that. I have seen CR-Vs with 300 plus thousand miles and without any serious repairs. So the engine is simple, the engine is easy to repair, to maintain. It's not really expensive. And the transmission here is the full automatic transmission. It is like conventional torque converter automatic transmission that also lasts a really long time, and this is the very big advantage of this car. And maybe just because of this I would choose the CR-V, because it has a better engine and a better transmission. Well, engines are mostly, we can say engines are the same, but transmission is much better. So here we are under the hood of the Nissan X-Trail. It has a 2.5 liter QR25DE engine, and the engine is perfect. This engine can last about 300,000 miles without serious problems, and it's really powerful for this vehicle. I wouldn't say I feel any lack of power or something. It's really good to maintain. I don't think you will have any, really bad problems that are expensive to solve with this engine. Yes, it's not like flawless. It still has some problems, but it's much better than the average. When it comes to the transmission, the Nissan Rogue has the CVT, continuously variable transmission, and this transmission is much worse. than the simple conventional automatic transmission. It will only last about 120, 130,000 miles, and then you will have to repair or even replace it. So this is where Nissan Rogue is not the best choice. So okay, let's drive both cars and I'll tell you what I think about how they go. As I said, the Nissan is it's a better trim. It has more technologies. For example, the start button. Okay, so in this transmission you have a manual mode. You can turn it here, and then you can go to plus and minus to go to higher gears or lower gears. But I don't recommend this. Just go to drive mode, and then you can choose eco and sport here near your left leg. I wouldn't say this car is very it doesn't feel luxury. I would say it doesn't feel premium, but it shouldn't even do this because they have Infiniti for this. And if you want a premium car, you will buy Infiniti QX50, which is basically the same vehicle but with much more luxurious options. The same goes with Honda. If you want a luxurious vehicle, you will buy Acura. So this is just a simple, more or less affordable car, and I would say for its money it goes really nice. About steering, the steering is perfect, and I really like it much more than in Honda. It's really easy to control the car. It doesn't go to any sides, you know. The steering wheel is light. You don't feel like you're driving a big SUV. This actually is not a big SUV, but in a Honda you get this emotion like you're driving a very big car, and it seems like it's not as comfortable as this one. But in the Nissan Rogue you get one little problem with the seats. The seats are not as comfortable as you may expect. And when it comes to comfort, maybe Honda is a little more interesting. So I told you about the CVT. I don't like that it's not durable, but when it comes to driving, the CVT is better. The CVT allows the engine to show more power, more torque, to show more efficiency in lower range of RPM. And that's why you will get better gas mileage, much better gas mileage in this car. Because in the Honda, I drive Honda, I own this car, and I will tell you the gas mileage is much worse than than Honda says. And in this car I get like passport gas mileage. So if Nissan says it should be 25 mpg, I'll get 25 mpg in the city. So the gas mileage is better with the CVT. And if it's important to you, maybe you will decide to buy this vehicle. So the magic of YouTube takes us directly to the Honda CR-V, and here I don't have the button. That's a pity. I have a key, so I'll start it. And from the first moments, I'll tell you that this vehicle is it feels better overall. Like it feels better overall. It feels of higher quality. It's not that the difference is huge, but you know it shows some respect to the driver. I even don't know how to explain it to you, but you should drive both cars to understand what I mean. So let's drive the same route on the same bad road to check the suspension and sounds and everything. Honda CR-V sounds better. When you go over some bad road, over some bumps on the road, you will not feel that suspension is causing some sounds. Although I wouldn't say this car is very soft, the suspension is very soft. It's not soft at all. But anyway, it's more comfortable. As I told you, the automatic transmission makes it a little bit more sluggish. So when you drive it, you will feel that there is a lack of power. But this 2.4 engine is quite good. It's quite powerful. It just feels this delay. That there is this delay in power, and because of this, you may suppose that the Honda CR-V is not so powerful. But I would say that if you need to tow something, the Honda CR-V is a much better choice, because it has the simple conventional automatic transmission and it will tow anything. It will tow up to 3,000 pounds. And for a CVT transmission in the Nissan Rogue, the towing up to 1,000 pounds, this is the limitation, and I don't recommend towing absolutely anything with this car, just because of the CVT. Okay, so it takes a little more time to accelerate in the Honda CR-V, but you feel like in a more expensive car. When you feel like in a more luxurious car, I think it doesn't matter that you have to wait a second till it accelerates, until it gives you this freedom of feeling the power. If it's important to you, maybe you just try driving the Nissan Rogue and then CR-V and then decide. The Honda overall feels better, feels more comfortable. Even though the electronics and the functions of this vehicle are less expensive, there are no such things as I had in that Nissan Rogue. But anyway, Honda is my preferable vehicle. You would say it's because I get used to it, but no, I'm talking about what I feel right now when driving the new for me Nissan Rogue and the Honda I drive for some months. So that's all for this comparison. I hope I helped you a little. Now you know more about the CR-V and the Nissan Rogue, and I hope you will make the choice. I can't recommend you any vehicle because it's a personal thing to decide. So I recommend you test driving the Nissan Rogue and then test driving the CR-V if you're going to buy the used vehicle, and then make your decision. See you in the next videos.